Hey, what is up you guys, my name is SubZeroExtabyte and we are back here with Hello Neighbor. So some things have changed as you might have noticed. First and foremost, we have moved again. So that means that we have a new neighbor who I will be needing to introduce myself to, but I will wait with that for in the morning or something. But of course when you are going to move, that means that you do actually need to move your stuff into your new place, so that is one of the first things that I am doing now. Wait a second, was that street light always that crooked? I do not think that it was 2 minutes ago, and I guess that it looks like my neighbor has returned home. What is he doing? He just jumped out of his window. What a freaking creep, man. I was not even on his property and he already turned violent. Well, I am probably going to be staying away from that dude for a while. Something is telling me that this guy is not very good when it comes to dealing with change in his life, especially new neighbors. I guess that it can be taxing when people constantly move because you are a creep and you scare them away. But then again, just stop being a creep. But I guess that is easier said than done if you are just a natural born creep like me. Although I think that I am a creep mostly because I am trying to be funny really hard. So yeah, that is the best reason that I can come up with. Man, this dude has some weird stuff set up in his living room. I mean, my previous neighbor was a creep. I mean, the guy had a freaking complete tunnel system underneath his house. And then of course we cannot forget the fact that this dude tried to kill me like every time that I even got near his house. I mean, that dude was straight up violent, man. There is no way going around that. So just to get this clear, I know that what I am doing right now is basically trespassing / breaking and entering, but my curiosity levels are just way too high to not enter his house to go on a little self-made adventure time right now. That is something that will keep the blood flowing, right? So okay, let's move this chair real quick because that is just in the way right now. Okay, so he has some locked doors right here and it looks like that is basically it, but that cannot be it. There has got to be a reason why he would lock all of the doors inside of his house. I mean, the front and the back door are okay to lock. That is not suspicious. But the moment that you start locking your kitchen door and your living room door and such, that is the moment when you know that there is something not right about it. So there is still not a single sign of him, so that is good. And let's see if his front door is locked. And it is not locked. What in the world? So this guy locks his kitchen and living room doors but not his front door. Now that is suspicious. You know what is suspicious as well? The fact that he has some barricaded door in the middle of his house, which actually, now that I mention it, literally just looks like the basement that my previous neighbor had. But then this house is a lot darker. Maybe that is just because it is nighttime right now. But still, he could have just strung up some lights just to make all of this a little more doable at night. But he has a generator in this back room right here. Maybe I can start this to create some light up in this crib. Man, this is getting really freaky in here, and I do not like the darkness at all because it can hide a lot of bad stuff. Wait a second, what was that noise? Oh my, are you serious right now? Hello dear neighbor, I was just trying to come over and say hi, but I guess that this is not as appreciated as I would have thought. Well darn it, I will drop by another time tomorrow if that is just darn fine with you, mister. So I think that you could say that I'm not that good when it comes to first impressions with my new neighbors. For some reason they always end up knocking me out or just following me all day long. That has got to be weird, right? But now that I have got these dank binoculars, I can spy on this dude from a distance and he will have no idea that I am watching him. That is just the best kind of spying if you ask me. When they have no idea that you are watching them, then they will just be comfortable and do whatever they like, because they have no idea that they are being watched. Well, that is where I come in as your big brother who is watching you. And by watching you I mean in your house. Oh no, there he is again. I am sorry sir, but I did not see you hiding in the dark there. Holy poop, man, this is scary. I really do not like the dark right now. I have got to have it a little brighter if you ask me. I mean, that dude was just sitting next to me and I did not see him because of the dark. Well, that is one thing to nag about. Man, if I can tell you one thing about this dude, then it will be that this guy is absurdly weird. I mean, have you taken a look at this house? This thing is a literal mess. This is just built because he was like, well yeah, I need a room there. Let's just build one out of wood and that is it. This dude has to be like not completely mentally stable. Not that there is anything wrong with that, but he is coming up to fight me when I enter his house when I am just here to ask him how he has been and how things are going with his job, and maybe ask him why he has some barricaded nuclear bunker door in this hallway. You know that is one of the first things that you ask your neighbor when you just move in next to them, because you will always have to be prepared that you do not end up in some basement all cut up into little pieces and fed to his baby parakeet, you know, like the normal people always do. I am kidding, that is just something that lonely 40-something-year-old white people do, because that is all that they have to worry about in their life, like talking about coffee all day long, and all of that while they are sipping on coffee while standing next to the coffee machine waiting on another cup, because that first cup was just a cup that they took because they had to wait for their coffee. So that is basically something that white people do when they are standing next to the coffee machine at their 9-to-5 desk job. Well, I would rather do what I do, and I will just invade people their privacy and make sure that I can make a good video out of it for you guys to enjoy. That is my main reason. And then of course that fact that when I make enough money I can buy myself some cool coffee machine. Oh wow, I actually forgot that I have not even moved in all of my stuff yet. Wow, that is a bummer because I was about to hop into bed, but I guess that is not happening for a while. Wait a second, maybe I can drop by my neighbor's place and ask him if he wants to do all of the heavy lifting when it comes to these boxes, because I took a lot of my knives with me from the murder mystery game mode, and those things are pretty darn heavy. Like they are so heavy that I'm sure of the fact that even the strongest person, well, I mean I am the strongest person, but you get what I am trying to say, would not even be able to lift that. So if you want one, you know, just come get some. I am kidding, I am not allowed to take my own stuff with me for free. That is just not how that stuff works, man, sadly enough. What also works is the fact that I am hiding in my closet hoping that this man does not spot me in here, because that would just mean the end of Sub-Zero. Okay, I think that he actually might be moving away right now. Well, that would work perfectly for me because that means that I can get out of this closet, because man, it was stinking in there like big time, man. There is no way that he never hid some kind of corpse in there. Not necessarily human, but just some kind of corpse. I will decide on what kind of corpse further throughout the video while I give me nose the chance to recover from that smell. Okay, so I am not entirely sure what my plan with that alarm clock was, but breaking his windows seemed like the appropriate thing to do in the situation, just to break the awkward silence that we were having throughout this night. I mean, come on man, when am I going to meet some decent neighbor? Because I already moved this time because I kept getting knocked my butt to the floor when it comes to that brick of a neighbor that I had in my previous neighborhood, and now I find a new place and I literally have his twin brother living in front of me. I do not think that I can beat this dude, man. He is way too secretive. Maybe that is the reason of all of this. They just want to drive me nuts so that they can have all of the houses in the neighborhood except for mine, because I really need to make sure that nothing happens to my precious babies, man. Not that I have any babies, but you know, if I would have babies I would make sure that they were safe from these weirdos. What is this dude watching on the TV? Oh, it is just getting static and some sounds. Well, it would be more electricity efficient if he were to just turn off the TV and turn on a radio, because I mean he is not watching it, right? So why would you need the TV to be running when you are nowhere near your freaking TV, man? Think about the climate change for a second, people. Always turn off your electronics, we're not using them. Wait a second, is this some kind of nursery? No way that this dude has a baby. But what is behind this door right here? That is where my curiosity starts to spike in this house. But to my surprise, it's just an ordinary room in a very weird and creepy house. Well, actually, it's one of the more ordinary rooms. Oh no, there he is again. Please do not kill me today, sir. Just leave me alone. And of course that brings me back in my front yard. Well, that is just disappointing right now. I would have guessed that he would get sick and tired of me by now and he would have just thrown me into his green lit up nuclear bunker that was barricaded to the bone. But no, the guy just thinks that I am just some piece of white trash and he can knock me out whenever he wants to. And he can just knock me out whenever he wants to. Well, I am not going to stand for that anymore, so I will start an uprising, something like a rebellion, so I can make sure that we can at least find our strength in numbers instead of just doing something random and letting this guy get away with everything. Okay, so this flashlight is going to make everything a lot easier, because now I can actually see in some dark spot around the house, but not everything though. But that does not matter, I will just do some all-out detective work right here and find out what this guy is hiding inside of his house. But since I do not have a house house searching warrant. I cannot do anything to actually make all that I do legal. And I am in no way, shape or form a detective or just a normal beat cop. Nope, I am just a boy with a vision, and that vision is that we can do nothing all day and still become decently successful. When I was younger, I always wanted to be a cop or a detective, basically because of the show Criminal Minds. And that is basically what I am doing right now. So let's just hope that we are good enough to actually stop this dude from actually doing anything bad this time. Because my other neighbor, well, that guy, his house just left me with more questions than I originally came with. And that is not a good thing when you are going in as an investigator, or at least a pseudo-investigator, because I do not have a license or anything. But what I think will work for us right now is to actually get in this dude his house a little bit more. But he has literally built it like a fort. There is literally no way of getting in without him knowing, so that just is not fun at all. Because I cannot do good research from outside. I really need to be up close and personal with all of the evidence that he has spread across the entirety of his house. So I will need to look a lot longer probably before I can actually find something that is remotely useful to bust this guy with whatever he is doing inside of his house all day. Maybe he is one of those gamers who are doing nothing but playing games all day without having a single worry in the world. So I really want to go upstairs, so I am just going to make a run for it. Otherwise I will never make it inside of there, and then that will never get me far to stop him with what he is doing in there. Oh my god, you are such a quick dude, man. He is like Usain Bolt fast, dude, and I am not kidding you. He hears one squeak that is out of place in this house and he already has his foot up your butt, and that is not a pleasant thing to witness at all. So I just want you to know that I am doing this for you, just so that I can make sure that you guys are alright and that you guys do not actually end up in this creep's basement or attic or whatever he has inside of his house. Wow, dude, now that I think about it, what if this guy has people kidnapped in his attic and basement at the same time? That would just be insane, man. I can tell you that much. Maybe I should just call the cops on him. But then again, he has the leverage because I was the guy that started with the breaking and entering and checking around his house searching for some murder or martyr weapons. But I have not come up with one thing. Okay, but now quick update on my situation. I think that he spotted me walking around in his house and now I am hiding in some closet again. For some reason this is the one place that these dudes do not check when they suspect that there is somebody in their house. Man, I would literally check every darn place if I would have thought that somebody was sniffling inside of my house. But that might just be me being a paranoid dude when it comes to something like that. And of course right when I'm not paying attention he checks it. Come on, man, that is just not fair. I just think that this is not fair, whatever is happening right now. There are so many things that are not working in my favor right now. For example, the fact that I started moving late at night basically because I had nothing else to do, I guess. But that got me beaten up already and got me tired. And then the second thing is the fact that because I started moving at night, well, that means that it is nighttime. At nighttime means dark time. So when it is dark, well, I cannot see a darn thing. So I have no idea what this guy, his house looks like from the inside, and that means that I'm in a major disadvantage right here. So I am sad to say that today's mystery raid of someone's house did not pan out the way that I would have liked it to. But that does not matter, I guess. All that matters is that we had fun, and that we scared ourselves so bad that we nearly had a heart attack. But you know, the adrenaline flow from being scared like that, well, that just helps with blood flow, so that would mean that you are wide awake right now and ready to do some homework. I am not kidding, people. Go do your homework right now. Like, do not waste any more time right now, just go do it. I will just be waiting here until you are done with your homework. I am Sub-Zero. I have all the time in the world, so go do that and then come back and I will still be here. Or have you already paused me? That would be good too, because that would mean that you listened to me the first time. Good boy. How about that? No, would you just be so kind to also go take a shower and brush your teeth? Me and Mr. Neighbor here will still be waiting here if you just pause the video right now. Alright, that was a lie, because my neighbor is not someone who likes waiting and he would rather come after me like right now. That is not nice, Mr. Neighbor. I just wanted to come in and maybe have some coffee and eat some cheesecake or any other kind of dessert or pastries that you had laying around. I just wanted to meet my new neighbor and he just spits it all in my face. That is not nice at all, sir. You will need to learn some manners if you want to come here and actually tell me to leave your house. Okay, one last try. Get into that upstairs part of the house with all of the iron bars. I bet that there is the place where it all goes down. Who knows what this guy has going on behind these bars? It's really creepy that no one knows about this except for me now though. Oh no, he has already spotted me, has he not? Yes, he did. Well, alright, that will conclude this video. Please like, subscribe and comment if you have not already, and I will see you tomorrow or today. Well, who knows.